Mic was plugged out for a bit there. My bad. Sorry now, lads. I just need to make sure I can get everything working on my end. There we go. And there we go. Hello, JJ. Episode 24, nearly a quarter century of episodes. That is mental to think about. Just so I was going to get into this a bit later, but I just want to get into it now. I have got a new Wi-Fi router, but if I'm going to be totally honest, lads, I'm not noticing a huge difference. I honestly think that it's just whatever way the PS5 works when it comes to streaming. Whatever issues are there just seem to be from the system itself. I'm not entirely sure it's completely down to my Wi-Fi. I know some of the issues were, but I think other issues were more internal than that. Easy for me to say. But look, we'll see how we get on. And yeah, look, it is what it is. Fuck it. Let's just move on. But also, with that, I am sorry that there was no stream the last couple of days. We did have some horrible weather in Ireland the last few days, and that was interfering with some of the internet connections when it came to streaming. And then on Friday, it was just one thing after another, and I just wasn't able to do it as I would have liked. But with that said, today we are going to get through the months of November and December, and that means that tomorrow the stream will start with the January transfer window, which is quite exciting, even though I don't think we're going to do a lot of business. Like, we only have 11 million, so not really much we can do. When we look at the squad, don't really have an awful lot that I would like to change. I mean, eventually the plan here is to get in Odegaard or Foden. Like, that's the long-term goal. But I think that will have to be next season. I just don't think we'll have the funds to do it this season. But look, it is what it is. I still think that this team is very strong. Mamardashvili, I would like to see grow a little bit quicker. It is kind of frustrating that he's still 83 rated, which is still a good rating, like, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like he needs to grow a little bit more. I have no intention of replacing him, because he is still very young. He's only 24, and for a goalkeeper, that's a baby for a goalkeeper. Like, let's be honest. But when I look at the bench, very happy with the options we have there. Even in the reserves, I think I've changed my mind about Traore. I think I want to keep him. I think we're doing quite well there. The next big change, apart from the midfield, I think that I want to make is to bring in someone a little bit better than Ibanez and have Ibanez become the backup, and then sell Ahmed Hosvich, because he's good, but I don't know. I definitely think we need someone a wee bit in the afternoon. Yeah, Ireland is we've had kind of hit and miss weather recently. We had a lovely heat wave there for a good 2 weeks, I think, 2.5 weeks, and it was lovely. But then after that, we've had a couple of hit and miss days, to say the least. But there was some very bad thunder. Not so much lightning, but there was some bad thunder right the other day. But yeah, so when it comes to these games here that we'll be playing in November and December, we are going to have to decide what games we're going to simulate. So just to give you an idea of where we are in the table, in both the Champions League and the Premier League, and obviously, we'll have a look at the cup competitions as well. We are top of the league by 5 points. 9 played, 8 wins, 1 loss. Liverpool behind us, still unbeaten, but they have drawn 4 games. So we're doing quite well in the league. Champions League, we are very, very close to qualifying. 1 more win and we'll have qualified. So hopefully we can get that done today. And also then in the League Cup, we will have to play Leicester, I think, in the next game. That will be in December, so we'll see how we get on there. But with all that said, let's get into the next game here against Newcastle. Yeah, we can stay in the purple kit. That is fine. Mikalenko is a bit tired. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to put... Traore on the bench. Why not? 2 wingers on the bench. Hobbs can play either side, right back or left back. Kent, we could even put Porrig there and put Kent on it left centre back. We've got the options, but other than that, we'll go with our strongest team. May as well, and let's hope we can get 3 points. I am not going to play in the partly clear weather because not Stamford Bridge, St James's Park is one of these stadiums that has very, very annoying shadows across the pitch, and I'm not dealing with that today. But let's get into it. Looking forward to this. Feels like a long time since I've actually used this team. So I'm looking forward to getting back into it. I still think Season 3, though, is going way quicker than what Season 2 did. Obviously, Season 2, I felt like it was kind of a bit stop-start, and I do feel bad about it, but it was just the way circumstances were at the time. But anyways, hopefully we can get through this season. Not just quickly, but successfully as well. But a big game to start here at St James's Park against Newcastle United. Let's hope that we can get the 3 points. Gaia now. Can he whip this in? Oh, I tell you what, Cloyne was coming in behind. But couldn't quite reach him. I have to say, though, with this career mode, it's definitely been, as challenging as it's been, it's definitely been a lot of fun as well. I do think Create a Club career modes are just, for me, they're still the most fun career modes you can do. And whilst, as I've said a million times at this stage, that we need to get a lot more features, it needs to be a lot more customizable and advanced than what it already is, or than what it currently is, I should say. Oh, give me a second. Oh, it's not where exactly I wanted the ball to go. But still, Alex Cloyne buries that. And we are 1-0 up here at St James's Park. He reacted a lot slower than I wanted him to. But holy shit, that is a beautiful finish. Absolutely fantastic. 1-0, Alex Cloyne. My chat's disappeared. What's new? There we go, it's back. How are the settings? Kept the same from the last episode. I have, for now, I'm going to keep them as the same from the last episode, just because I have been playing another career mode, away from YouTube, as I've said before, and that one has actually had its tough moments. So I want to see, I think today will be a good way of gauging. Oh my god, that was nearly a horrible own goal. I think today will be a good episode to gauge where we are with the settings. So let's see how we get on. Hopefully I won't have to change them again, because it's just so annoying. It really is so frustrating. We shouldn't have to do that as FIFA players. You know what I mean? Unless you want to, I think the fact that you have to do it is absolutely fucking criminal, to be honest. We pay enough for this bloody game. But anyways, so far, the settings feel a lot better than what they did before. That's going to go for a throw-in, I think. If I find that it's getting too easy, I'll obviously change them as well. Because I don't want it to be too easy, but I also don't want it to be too hard to the point where I'm just not enjoying it. I want it to be a challenge, but I want it to be fair, Our team, when you look at the defence shouldn't be conceding as many goals as it is. But of course, all teams will concede. But it's just very frustrating when, every game for a long time I felt was ending 4-3 or 5-4. And it was the fact that I felt we were just falling into patterns. And it was just, I felt I was getting bored as the player. Because of that, I was if I'm getting bored, the viewers will get bored. Oh, Gaia had to go there. So it was just something that I knew needed to change. But it definitely feels better than what it did. But obviously, I'll alter it if I need to. But so far, I haven't felt the need to do that. Newcastle on the attack here. And there's still moments where I oh, God, that was very nearly a big chance there for Newcastle. There are still moments where I feel certain goals I concede are just scripted goals that the game has coded in, and that's still very irritating. Oh, can JJ get in here? Oh, it's a beautiful ball. JJ! Oh, good save by Dubravka. We do get the corner. Half an hour gone here. Alex now to whip in the ball. Porrig will go up for the header. Thought he was injured there for a second. My heart nearly sank. Oh, shot got blocked by my own player and it was offside. What I still haven't adjusted to is the season being over. Weekends actually feel weird without any club football on. I know there was international games, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen anything. I saw highlights of Portugal's game and that was about it. Didn't see Ireland against Greece because I just couldn't be arsed. I know England were playing and I did see the result, but I didn't watch any of the highlights of that. I just don't have the same amount of care. Oh, Anthony was offside. I feel there's been a lot of offsides lately. JJ does well to intercept there. It's definitely harder to play with one up front, I've noticed. Like, that's why I can't wait for next season to bring in Foden or Odegaard, because they'll play a bit more advanced. I've got the cricket. Ashes season is upon me. I tell you what, JJ, it's one sport I just never had any interest in. Well, there's a lot of sports I've never had any interest in, but cricket, I just can't. Like, listen, you could be into a lot worse things than cricket, but it's just one sport I've never had any interest in. And apparently Ireland are actually quite good at it. But I have zero interest in it. Oh, it's a great ball. It's JJ. Oh, lovely by JJ. Oh, he just drove it a bit too wide. Come on, Gaia, keep that in. Gaia does keep it in. Oh, JJ, so unlucky. Oh, the touch was just a little bit too heavy to take it around the keeper. But it looks like that'll be half-time, 1-0. Yes, it is. But yeah, cricket is something. You see, I say Ireland are good at it. From what I've heard, apparently Ireland just have a lot of English players that play. That Ireland's cricket team apparently is full of English players. Because, I tell you what, I have never ever met anybody from Ireland who enjoys cricket. Ever. The only people I know who in Ireland who actually watches it. And like, there's a cricket field about 15 minutes away from my house, but anytime I've seen it's next to the rugby pitch, and anytime I see someone playing it, I know there's a couple of guys from India who like to go down and play a bit of cricket there from time to time. But like, that's it. So it's just not really a thing in Ireland, cricket. Like, it's not as big a thing here as it would be in the UK or Australia or New Zealand or India or, you know, other countries. Pakistan as well, I think, is a big cricket nation. It's just not. Like, the main field sports here are obviously football, rugby, GAA, which is, you know, hurling and Gaelic football, Irish sports, and there's also a sport called handball. That's, good save. Was going tighter than Alex's goal. Sorry, I just saw that chat. No, yeah, it was a very tight angle. But we've hurling, Gaelic football, and handball are the three main sports of GAA. But hurling and Gaelic football are the two main ones. Handball is very, very niche. Give me a second. Golf. I mean, you know, golf is pretty big here. That's kind of it. But half an hour to go here. We are still 1-0 up. Ooh. Like, it's a mental thing that Ireland are actually one of the favourites to win the Rugby World Cup. So it's nice to know that we're good at one field sport at least. And there's a few rumours going around. Now, I don't think it will happen. That if Stephen Kenny, the Irish football manager, if he gets sacked, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could be the man to take over. Now, that would be interesting. And I think, do you know what? I reckon Ole could do a decent job with Ireland. I actually think Ireland's squad would suit Ole down to the ground. I genuinely do think that. So, you never know. I'd love it. I'd actually love to see Ole in charge of Ireland. Oh, good save by Mamardashvili. Big chance there for Newcastle. All right, 25 minutes to go. Going to make one change. Marino hasn't really done an awful lot. I'm going to bring on Chavez. And I'm also going to bring on Brendan Johnson, who's been absolutely fantastic, I have to say. Put Alex on the left to bring on Johnson on the right. But yeah, I've never actually never met anyone who's from here who enjoys cricket. I feel like I just shat all over cricket there. I do apologise. But there's lots of sports that I just don't get the hype for. Oh, but I tell you who I do get the hype for. It's the English Van Nistelrooy. It's JJ. What a finish that was. Absolutely fantastic. And look at that lovely jersey. God, the purple and gold combination is just beautiful. Not an easy angle as well. But he belts it home. Dubravka couldn't see it coming. Ollie brings Ireland to a World Cup. I hope so. That would be great. I mean, the last time Ireland were in the World Cup was 2002, when Ollie was still a player. And yeah, like, obviously we've been in a couple of European Championships since then, but God, I'd love to experience Ireland in a World Cup. Like, I do remember the 2002 World Cup vaguely, but like, I was 5, I think. Yeah, I was 5. Or no, was I 4? I was 4 when that World Cup happened. So like, it's the vaguest of the vague memories. Oh, good save by Mamardashvili. I enjoy the Ashes in some forms of cricket like T20 and good way. Yeah, it is a great way to kick off the episode. Yeah, as I say, JJ, I just honestly, like, obviously, I know who Freddie Flintoff is, and there's probably some other cricket players. If you mention them, I've probably heard them. But Mamardashvili with another good save there. It's just not a sport. As I say, it's just not really a thing in Ireland, cricket. It's just not really oh crap. Oh my god, we're having to make a lot of saves here. It's just not really a sport here. Was not watching football in 2002. Next World Cup was my first exposure. Yeah, the 2006 World Cup is like, I remember that obviously more vividly than the 02 one. But like the first World Cup I have like proper fond memories of is the 2010 World Cup. And I know a lot of people don't have a lot of great things to say about that. Let me just hold that thought for a second, because JJ's in again here. Oh, I got cocky and I tried to chip the keeper. Oh, Alex, good save. But the South Africa World Cup, I have such fond memories of that. I have great memories of that. The 2014 World Cup as well, obviously. 2018 was fine, and obviously 2022 was just a bit strange. Like, my main takeaway from 2022 will always be the final. Like, the final was fantastic, but the rest of the tournament, I just didn't really care. Just, it was just having it mid-season just was so strange. It really, really was. Pádraig has done brilliant there. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Come on. That is a fucking poxy goal if I've ever seen one. Anthony Gordon from the most... I can't blame Pádraig for that. It's a lovely finish. You have to give it to him. But the luck involved to get that. Mamardashvili beaten. Right, 7 minutes to go. I think we'll have to make a couple of more changes. I'm going to bring on Traore. Actually, no, I'm going to bring on Furuhashi down the left. I'm going to take off Gaia and bring on Kent. And I'm actually going to take off Ibanez as well. Put Paulinho at centre back and bring on Cocaine Bear. Well, that's frustrating. And now all of a sudden it becomes a nervy last few minutes. I say all of a sudden, Newcastle did have a good few chances, to be fair. Oh, it's JJ. Oh, but JJ makes sure that it's nothing but a consolation. And it's 3-1. Game, set, and match. Here comes the celebration straight from if we were to win the quadruple. But still, it does seal a big 3 points here against Newcastle, away from home as well. St. James's Park, not always an easy place to come and collect 3 points from. Get in there. Okay, sorry, the chat's back. Chat disappeared again. What is... Let me just try and make sure that we get into a decent position here. Just a couple of minutes to go anyway. 15 and 10 for JJ. Absolutely insane. Oh, it's Bear. Oh! He was unlucky there. Nearly had an assist. 4 added minutes. 3-1 up. Newcastle going to try and get another consolation goal, but surely they don't have enough time to get anything out of this game. Here's Longstaff. St. Maximin. Well, obviously we had at Tarl United. Excuse me. Oh, what a ball. Oh, and they do get another one back. Well, that's frustrating. Joe Willock. Anyways, we get 3 points. Still conceding too many poxy goals like that. But anyways, a win to start the episode. I'll happily take that. But I think we need to start defending those goals a bit better. Those chances a bit better. But anyways, a win's a win. Same. Enjoyed 2010. Never. Games was good, especially from the smaller, less known nations. 14 was good. 18 I didn't care. And England was good, so got into... England was good, so got into it. In 2022, only remember the final. Yeah, like we've had some kind of interesting World Cups, I think, in our lifetime. When you think about it, You know, I think the next one is in North America, isn't it? So that'll be interesting considering, you know, if some of the games are on later there, it'll be like watching an episode of Raw or SmackDown, staying up late to watch it, which could be fun. I mean, I may as well talk about it now. Like, my long-term plan is to eventually move to Canada. That's the long-term goal. So you never know. Might be over there at that stage. I'm hoping to be there in the next couple of years to visit at least, and then we'll see what happens after that. But anyways, Champions League up next. Big chance here to seal our faith into the last 16 of this brilliant competition. Might make a couple of changes for this. Moreno, I haven't been overly impressed with. He can go on the bench. Johnston's going to start. Alex in midfield. I'm going to give Mikalenko a game, because why not? He was out of the squad in the last game. So we'll do that. And we'll play Cocaine Bear as well. Ibanez can go on the bench. Bear can go there. And we'll give Hobbs a rest and put... Just to make sure we have a winger on the bench, we'll put Traore there. Let me just do this. There we go. Lovely stuff. And I'm pretty happy with that. And let's get into this game against Frankfurt and hopefully seal our faith and get to the knockout rounds of the UEFA Champions League. Have family in Canada. Went once some 20 years ago. Niagara Falls is tremendous. That would be cool to visit. So a lot of you will know Aisling, my one of my best friends and maybe partner. It's complicated, but obviously no, we're very close. And she's half Irish, half French Canadian. She's currently living over in Quebec, and she's loving every minute of it. So I do want to go visit her at some stage soon, and I would love to. You know, I've always said like I don't want to live in Ireland for the rest of my life, and you know, I think in the last kind of year or two, maybe not a year or two. I think I suppose the last year, probably since I left college, which I suppose would be a year. I feel like I've outgrown the place a little bit, and I really do want to experience something different. Now, the only thing is, I need to brush up on my French. That's something I'm currently trying to learn, because to live in Quebec, you need to have good friends. Kind of getting on my nerves, and it looked like it was glitching out a bit. But we've changed it to this, which kind of reminds me of like FIFA 2004. I really like it. I really, really like the patterns on the pitch. I used to love the clear surface, but I think this actually looks a bit better and a bit more realistic as well. So yeah, I knew there was something else I was forgetting to mention. But here we are. And what a first game it is to use this surface in a big Champions League group stage game where we can qualify for the last 16. Oh, what a turn. Dylan Turl. Oh, good block. Kangan Lee now on the ball. Former Valencia player. Goitze, who's a hero of my Valencia career mode back in FIFA 20. Mamardashvili just had the ball there. Valencia player. Mikalenko in for another Valencia player. Gaia. Jesus, Valencia all over the place here. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that is one of the goals of the season. It's the English Van Nistelrooy, JJ, who gets the finish. But the passing in the midfield there and the build-up play to get to that goal was fantastic. Oh, that was a thing of beauty. What a goal. That's a contender for goal of the season. Lovely, lovely build-up play. 1-0. Cloyne United. Very, very close to getting to the next... to the last 16 of the Champions League. 9 goals in the group for JJ. What else can you say? What else can you say? This is insane. I think later on in the episode as well, I will talk a little bit about my plans for the next career mode after this. Because there's 3 ideas I have that I'd like to get some feedback on to see what people would like to watch. Oh, that was a good ball in. I feel like we're the same person. When you said Canada is a future destination to hopefully live in, that's an option I'm hoping for as well. Do you know what they say, JJ? Great minds think alike. No, honestly, JJ, man, Canada just seems like such a fucking cool country. And like anytime I see when Aisling sends me a picture, of where she's living, or if I just see people who I follow on Instagram who are over there. Like oh my god, I'd love to be over there. I would really, really love to be over there. Alex now at the corner. Like, I'm hoping that at some stage WWE might do one of the main pay-per-views over there again. Like one of the big four, or technically big five, because, Money in the Bank is now technically a part of that. But if they were able to do one of them in Canada, I'd love to go over for that. That'd be really, really cool. Anyways, here's Dylan Turl. Can he get a goal in the Champions League? Yes, he can. 2-0. Oh, that's fantastic. Dylan Turl, the billionaire struck comes out again. And the captain has surely put us in pole position here to top the group. And Frankfurt have a huge mountain to climb right now. But it was weird, like, because that's my first Champions League goal as well. Fucking didn't even realize that. But like, there was a girl who I went to school with who I only found out recently actually moved to the Netherlands, and it's just like, when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, oh, it must just be so exciting. I'm sure there's it can be scary as well. Not having to move, but moving country. Like it can be quite a daunting prospect, and I'm sure if and when I do eventually go to do it, that I'll be a bit like, oh my god. But still, I think everyone should try and experience living away from their homeland for at least a little bit, even if it's just for a year. Oh, it was nearly 3-0 there. No doubt we are making progress in the Champions League. Absolutely, JJ. We've been absolutely brilliant, so we have. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing in this competition, and who knows? We could be the dark horses to win it. Obviously, we did win it in the first season, our one and only season in the Champions League. In Turl United was obviously the season that we won it. So we've done it before in our first season. Obviously, that ended up being the last season of the series, but it was the only one where we were actually in the Champions League. Anthony with a poor pass there. 10 minutes now to go before half-time. 2-0 up. Oh, Volland. Oh, that was too close for comfort. That was far too close for comfort. Calabria now running down this right side. He's got Johnson in support and uses him. Here's Brennan Johnson. JJ, 3-0. And you know what? Let's just jump to result. On it's 5. Disconnect there. My apologies about that. But we jumped to result there. We were too good. Too good. And we are through to the next round of the Champions League. Let's just have a quick look at the group standings. If you just bear with me a second. There we go. 12 points. Sparta Praha and Frankfurt still level on 1 point each. So really that's just a race to see who will qualify for the Europa League. And another point. So our next game, I assume... our next game is actually against Sparta Prague. So if Leon drop points and we get a point, then they cannot finish above us. Absolutely fantastic. Right, next game is against Leicester. As we see a couple of players going out on international duty there. Perfect. So let me just have a look at the calendar. So Leicester are in 9th, and after this is the international break. So what I think I might do here is I think I'm going to sim the Leicester game, maybe sim the Southampton game, play the game against Leon. We'll rotate around a bit just to make it feel different, and hopefully seal our status as group winners in the Champions League group stage. Probably play the Brighton game, definitely play the Liverpool game, and then we'll see after that. Then we'll gauge then after that what we can do, because I do want to get through these months as I don't want to say as quickly as possible, but I think you know what I mean. But we've got a couple of tired legs, but nobody's like ridiculously tired at the same time. So I think I'm pretty happy to go with our strongest team. Can we get a win against Leicester? Hopefully pick up no injuries. Yes, we do. Anthony and JJ. 2 second-half goals. You love to see it. And our great form continues into the international break. But that's something that I can't remember. Someone did say it to me recently. Someone who went to watch the videos, and they asked me like, "Why don't you sim as many games as you should?" And the thing is, I don't really like to sim games a lot of the time. Sorry, I don't know why I went into the calendar. Sometimes, most of the time, I just like to play the games. And obviously I don't want to risk injuries and stuff, like that comes into it too, but there's other times where I probably should. Right, I will make a couple of changes for this. I'll put Chavez in for Marino. We'll give Kent a game instead of, I'll take Ibanez off, put Kent there. We'll give Hobbs a game at right back, and Bear can play as well. So let's see, can we get another win here in a sim game against Southampton? Oh, it's a 1-1 draw. JJ did get the opening goal, but Southampton did equalise with about 15 minutes to go. Our first draw of the season in the league, but at least it wasn't a loss. Right, let's move on into this game now against Lyon in the Champions League. I think we can make a good few changes for this. Right, JJ will put on the bench. We'll start for Ahashi. Alex is a little bit tired, so we'll play Brennan Johnson. Turl can stay in. The midfield three can stay in. That's fine. Ibanez is there. Let's give Kent a start, because why not? Mikalenko as well. Calabria will keep in there. Let's give Perrin a game in the Champions League. His first European appearance for us. On the bench, I think we can give Alex a rest. Put Traore there. Anyone else I want to put there? Mbuemo maybe. Actually, let's start Mbuemo. And let's take maybe Hobbs. Or will I just give we'll just rest Anthony. Let's just rest Anthony. That seems to, that probably makes sense. And I think I'm happy with that. Ahmed Hosvich on the bench. Try and bring him on maybe at some stage. Yeah, why not? We can go in the home kit. That's fine. Here we go. One of my favourite stadiums to visit, Lyon Stadium. They got Chris Smalling as captain alongside Nathan Ake, Tagliafico, Awar, Rene Adelaide, and Neziri, however you say his name. Gavi's out on the left, which is a bit interesting. So it won't be an easy game, but a draw will seal top of the group. I feel like I've said the word seal so much today, so I do apologise. Not that that's like an offensive word or anything, but you know what I mean. Sometimes, lads, when you talk as much as I do, you feel like you're running out of words. And that's how I kind of feel at the moment. The usual situation of people texting me whilst I'm streaming. I get an important message while I'm streaming, I should say. That, of course, is struck again. Whatever. But here we go. Final group game in the Champions League. Against a tough team in Lyon. Let's see, can we top the group? Compared to me, I don't talk that much and have no words. Sometimes you're better off, JJ. Sometimes you're better off. I feel like with this, I need to... we have a lot of games to get through, and I need to kind of be a bit careful, I suppose, for lack of a better term, with the games that we play. Like that draw against Southampton just went to show... Oh my God, what a goal that would have been. Oh, that would have been a beauty. So unlucky. Oh, great save. But that game against Southampton just went to show how simmed games can, they can derail the season a little bit. It wasn't the worst result in the world, but it wasn't the most ideal result either. So I do want to make sure that we're being careful with that. But I would like to top the group, even though topping the group in the Champions League these days, I don't think it's as important as what it used to be. Like back in the day, obviously, if you topped the group, you had the advantage of playing the first leg of the last 16 away from home. And obviously, this is back when away goals were still a thing. It's going to be 1-0. Oh, good save by Perrin. Whereas now, away goals aren't a thing anymore. And you don't always necessarily get an easier draw by topping the group. I mean, we topped the group in 12-13. We got fucking Real Madrid in the last 16, who ended up knocking us out. Good save. So it's not always a foregone conclusion that you'll get an easier draw. But still, I think you should always want to be. Always want to finish as high as you possibly can, and I would like to top the group. And hopefully we can get a decent draw. Hopefully we don't get like Bayern Munich or Barcelona. But we will have a look at the groups after this game and see who finished where and who some of our potential opponents could be. That was a good tackle. Oh, they're in here. Leon. Oh, it's another good save by Perrin. Well, I'll tell you what, he's showing that he can be relied on once called upon. Furuhashi, who obviously was brilliant in the Conference League. Nice to give him a big Champions League game here as well. Hopefully get Sociedad for some revenge. Exactly, JJ. I really hope. Oh my God. You know what? Yeah. I really hope we get them in the last 16. Oh, I'd love it. I'm praying now that they finish second. Obviously, assuming we top the group. Well, that's a good ball to Furuhashi. The man who was so clinical in the Conference League. Oh, it's a lovely goal here in the Champions League. 1-0 after 25 minutes. Kyogo Furuhashi, who I think, regardless of Evan Ferguson's return, I think I will keep Furuhashi. It just doesn't feel right after how well he's done to sell him after last season and what he's doing this season. And sometimes I think it's good to have 3 players, in certain positions for squad depth. But what a player he's been. We signed him from Celtic. That is a lovely finish. And we are 1-0 up. Right, you know what? Since this is not a dead rubber game, but since the worst case scenario in this, as he scores his first Champions League goal, since the worst case scenario for this game is that we finish second in the Champions League group, let me talk about some of the potential ideas I had for the next career mode and the final career mode we'll do on FIFA 23 on YouTube before, obviously, the next game comes out. Comes good again in European games, exactly. He's clinical in European games. Good tackle there by Kent. It's going to be a corner. So the first idea that I thought of, right, and it's something that I kind of had my heart set on before I thought about the other ideas, as we give away another corner, is a career mode with Arsenal where we try to win the league in the first season and right their wrong of what happened in real life, where they bottled the league against Man City. So what we do is, in the first season, good save, we try and win the league. And if we win the league, we get a second season where we try to win the Champions League. Obviously something Arsenal have not done in real life. But the caveat is, if we don't win the league in the first season, that's it. It's just a one and done. And, give me a second here. Okay, that's gone. But obviously if we do win the league, we get a second season where we try to win the Champions League. But regardless of what happens that season, even if we don't win the Champions League, that's it. That's the end of it. So that was the first idea I had. The second idea was one that, to be fair, someone actually commented on one of the past streams, was to put Wrexham into the Premier League and give them a complete financial takeover. Now, what I would do there is I wouldn't just go and sign all the best players in the world. I would do something similar to what I was going to do in the Charleroi career mode when that, unfortunately didn't come to be because of, certain scheduling issues and whatnot. Is I would put every Premier League team into a wheel of names and also every position of a certain formation into a wheel of names. I might even put formations into a wheel of names. And whatever players come out and of those wheel of names at whatever clubs are the players we go and sign. And then we can kind of decide then how many seasons we get to do. I might even put that into a wheel of names. We get to choose how many seasons we do. So that was the second idea. And the third idea was something that I'm not honestly entirely... This is probably my least favourite of the 3 ideas. It would be a Super League career mode. Now, obviously, that feels wrong because of the drama... Oh, Paulinho, that's a terrible effort. Of the drama that occurred with the Super League in real life. But Super Leagues in FIFA can be quite fun. But I obviously... it feels a bit wrong considering what happened... a couple of years ago when the Super League was nearly made a reality, and obviously nobody was happy about it, including me. But I do remember doing a Super League career mode back in FIFA 14 with Real Madrid, and oh my god, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. But here we are, 1-0 up. At halftime, Kyogo Furuhashi with the goal. And we are very, very close to topping the group. So those are some of the ideas that I had. Because obviously, I spoke about the ideas for EA Sports FC. The first career mode we'll be doing is a Manchester United career mode. I'll go a bit more in detail with that because I do have a specific timeline for that career mode. That it can't exceed a certain amount of seasons, and I have goals and objectives I want to achieve in it, but I'll speak more about that close to the time. Then, oh bollocks! Oh my god, how did they not score that? How did they not score that? That was close. But the other career mode then obviously is the Oxford Road to Glory, and then we have the Create a Club career mode, which I'm very, very excited about. Because, as I said, I love Create a Club career modes, but this one, obviously, Third United and Cloyne United, very, very similar to each other, with slight differences. The next Create a Club career mode, it's going to be something completely different. It's not even going to take place in England. But again, I will give some choices about what career modes we could do for Create a Club career mode. I have 3 ideas that obviously I'll get some feedback on, and we'll see what happens. So very exciting stuff. I like to have these things planned out well in advance, and I'm looking forward to sharing the ideas with you all very, very soon. And hopefully as well, you know, obviously as much as excited as I am to share those ideas with all of you, I'm obviously hoping that EA Sports FC, I'm just going to say the next game, or EAFC, that's just easier to say. But hopefully in the next game, they'll give us more options for customization and stuff, because I think it would just make a big difference to some of the ideas that I have. But we'll see. Time will tell, won't it? Mikalenko going on a very good run here, though. Oh, it was a good ball in for Furuhashi. He couldn't quite get there. Might make some changes the next time the ball goes out of play. Freshen things up a little bit. Oh, that was a poor tackle there. What we do, get it out for a corner. Right, let's make some changes. Oh, hello, Rory. How are you, pal? That is Celtic's Kyogo Furuhashi. He's been a very, very good player for us. Right, let's make some changes. Let's bring on Porrig as the left back, because he's just a bit stronger than Gaia. I'll also bring on Chavez, and let's give Brennan Johnson a rest and bring on Adama Traore. Like the first 2 ideas, Super League idea. Super League idea is let's mess around and have fun. Exactly. And as I said, it feels a little bit wrong because of what happened with the Super League in real life. But also, as I said, I did such a fun Super League career mode. Oh, good save by Perrin back in the day in FIFA 14. And it was a lot of fun. But again, I obviously understand that, there's a little bit of a... Oh, Jesus Christ. A little bit of an asterisk when it comes to those career modes now. But we'll see. I might put it down to a vote. Oh, great ball. Furuhashi. Oh, Traore. Just got beaten to it by Nathan Ake. Unlucky. 20 minutes to go now. A draw. Oh, that is a good ball, but a draw will seal our fate at the top of the group. What do I make of the ownership of United? To be honest, Rory, I'm not really commenting on it too much. Obviously a lot's happened, and I'm not avoiding your question. I just don't. I don't have a lot to say in it. People know. I obviously want Qatar. The problem is that was a terrible free kick. Is that things are changing so much every day. I don't think I'll have a proper comment on it until something official comes out. That's all I can really say on it now, because things are changing so much with it. That's all I can really say. The Saudi League, for some reason, getting traction feels like another Chinese League scenario. Yeah, I saw you. Ruben Neves is... sorry, Rory, I missed one of your chats. Don't overthink a big difference between FIFA and real life. That is very true. That is very, very true. But it just feels wrong. That's the only thing I can say. But we'll see. We'll see. As I say, we'll see what people think. But yeah, the Saudi League. Ruben Neves apparently is going to Al Hilal, I think. I mean, he's my age. You know, he's 25. Oh, come on, Furuhashi. Oh, how did that not go in? How did that not go in? Oh, off the post, rolled across the line, and somehow it didn't go in. Unlucky. But yeah, the Saudi League, as you say, it's very similar to the Chinese Super League. But I think, if anything, it's probably a bit more powerful than what the Chinese Super League was. You know? And obviously Ronaldo's obviously a big part of that as well. But yeah, it's just... I like, whatever, like, Ronaldo going there is like, whatever. You know, he's coming towards the end of his career. And, like... Oh, good save. Like, he has nothing left to prove. You know what I mean? Then Kante... obviously he's going there as well. You know, he's you know, he's at a stage of his career where he can do that. My God, how have we not scored? Let me just make a couple of more changes and I'll continue what I was saying. Then we'll give Ahmed Hosvich a game, and then let's bring on JJ. Why not? We'll take off from Mbuemo, put Furuhashi on the left. See what happens. Ronaldo did say it would be a top 5 league. I love Ronaldo, but he's full of shit when he says that. The Saudi League will not be a top 5 league. I can guarantee you that. You know, they can bring in all these players if they want, or as much as they want, but it'll never be. How is this goal not going in? All right, let's take a short corner. I don't think it'll happen. They don't have Champions League football, you know. And I remember talking to a couple of the guys about this at RCW last week. That, you know, they'll probably like bribe their way into the Champions League. Well, if that's the case, then it's like, oh, why did I try chipping that? That was a stupid decision. You know, if that's the case, then that's just as bad as the Super League for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, listen, I don't really care about these veteran players going there making a bit of money. Like, fair play to them. But players like Ruben Neves going there in their prime, that's just, as I say, it's just a shame. It just kind of shows the way the game's going in a lot of ways. And it really shows a lack of ambition from someone who I think is a very talented player, Ruben Neves. And, you know, it's a shame. I would have loved him at United. But I think it just says a lot about his mentality when it comes to the game. Everything's corrupt. Exactly. But it's just the way the game has gone, you know. I think if I was the age I was when I got into football, if I was that age now, I don't know if I'd have as much interest in it. You know, I think I've just been watching it so long now that... and of course I still love it, but I don't love the way the culture has gone in the game. But anyways, Furuhashi's goal was enough to get us to top the group. Lovely stuff. We'll have a look at how the other groups finished there now as well. I'm praying that Real Sociedad came second in their group. Let's have a look. So we obviously topped our group. Lyon came second. Sparta Prague going into the Europa League, and Frankfurt dropping out of European competition altogether. So, okay, there's still only 5 games played for... yeah, of course, because obviously they break it up into different weeks. But Brugge, who always seem to do really well in Europe in my career modes, are top of a group that includes Real Madrid and Inter Milan. That's interesting. Real Sociedad have topped their group. Okay, so we won't get them in the last 16, which is very annoying. They can't finish any lower than first. Oh, that's frustrating. But hopefully we can get to the quarterfinal and they can get there as well. Chelsea have topped their group. Leipzig and Fiorentina still battling out. And so are Midtjylland, to be fair. PSG and Napoli there. You know, we'll come back to this after next week. We'll wait until all the groups have finished, then we can get a better idea of what it is. I thought Neves was like 35. I looked it up and only 26. Yep, he's only a few months older than I am. Or like maybe a year. But he's around my age. I've always got the same feelings for a few other interests. Been watching so long. Been watching so long I'm still watching, but if I was today's age watching for the first time, I'd skip. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things I think have gone like that as well. But, you know, it's like the wheel is always turning, you know. That's kind of how it goes. It's a shame. It is a shame. But there was a point I was going to make there, actually. just on the Saudi league, and it's completely escaped my head. It'll come back to me in a second. But yeah. Anyways, whatever. Right, let me just have a quick look at the calendar, because I think we've got Liverpool after this, which is a game I want to play, obviously. So Liverpool, Everton. Oh, we still have one more Champions League game. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I thought that was the last group game. Oh my god, I'm a complete fucking idiot. Right. Why? How did I not notice that? That was a complete brain fart. Oh my god, I feel so stupid right now. But anyways, we know we've topped the group. We can sim that game. That's fine. But I'm trying to think now, do I sim this Brighton game? You know, I think what I'll do is I'll do an interactive sim. I think that's what we'll do. We'll make a few changes. So I'll start Brennan Johnson. We'll put Alex on the bench. Let's put Hobbs at right back. I'll start Ahmed Hosvich. Why not? Chavez can start as well. Bear can play instead of Paulinho. And yeah, I think that's what we'll go with. And let's do an interactive sim. Like, don't get me wrong. I still like to. I still love to watch big football games. You know, and I still love football as a sport. But it's definitely, you know, like I think Mark Goldbridge put it well when he was talking about the takeover, and you know, someone was trying to give him a bit of shit and said that, but like you were saying that like City, oh my god, we nearly conceded, that City and Chelsea ruined the game with their money, and here you are now wanting a takeover. And he made a great point. He's like, yeah, I do think they ruined the game, but unfortunately, the only way to compete now is with unlimited wealth. It's just the way it goes. Like Liverpool, as much as I don't like them, they deserve a lot of credit for how well they've done in recent times. I know they've come off a disappointing season, but obviously in recent times they've done really well to get to where they are. And they didn't do that with unlimited wealth. Like, you know, they did it with owners that they're not very happy with. Do you know? Oh, unlucky. But anyways, as I say, that's what happens, you know what I mean? That's just the way it goes. Still 0-0 here, though, in the first half. Too much money in the game. When Prime United won the Champions League, I felt like players had more motivation to win something. I think so, too. I know Liverpool spend a lot, but Liverpool don't have Saudi or Qatari owners, is the point I'm making. Like, Liverpool didn't spend the money Man City spent to win the league or to win the Champions League. And that's half time. Still 0-0. I won't jump in just yet. Will I make any changes, though? I'm going to keep it the way it is for now. Still 0-0 with half an hour to go. Or if we haven't scored with half an hour to go, then we'll jump in. Oh, what a start. Anthony. Beauty. Get in there. 1-0. And JJ makes it 2-0. Absolutely fantastic. And I think we've got 3 points now. Seeing as as we've seen with Chelsea, you still have to spend the money well. Well, we've seen that with United too. United have spent a lot of money, and we've, you know, there's some players obviously that have worked out, but a lot of them haven't. But I think with Chelsea, they bought too many players. That's Chelsea's problem. Is they've got too big a squad on ridiculous contracts. So whatever people want to say about Man City, and I obviously don't like Man City, they've spent that money incredibly well. Right, let's make some changes with the game against Liverpool in mind. I'll even give Porrig a rest, I think. Yeah, why not? And yeah, no, that's all I'll do for now. But we are 2-0 up here against Brighton. 20 minutes to go. I haven't had to jump in. Oh, okay, it's 2-1 now. Well, that's what I get for speaking too soon. But still, we are in front. We've made the changes. Come on. Oh, God. Okay, I might have to jump in a minute. Oh, Brighton are in here. Okay, you know what? For the final 10 minutes, I think I might jump in just to be safe. Spent money. Oh, sorry. Spent money really well. Jack Rodwell and Fabian Delph. Well, look, every great team, unfortunately, not unfortunately, every great team has signed players that haven't worked out. And to be fair, like, you know, they were very quick to get rid of the players that didn't work out. You know what I mean? Like, the majority of players City have brought in have been unbelievable, which I hate admitting, but you know. For any bad player they've had 5 brilliant players. Three minutes to go here now, though. 2-1 up against Brighton. Can we hold on? Oh my God, that was I thought it was a penalty there for a second. Right, we still got some changes to make. A lot of City players weren't actually world class when they got them. Just Pep made them better. But they still spent the money to get them. Only Delph, really, that was a while back. Sancho hasn't worked out, and Anthony was good towards the end of the season. Well, look, next season is make or break for a lot of players. That's the way it is. Next season it'll be a lot of players' last chance. Some of those players, I think, have already had their last chance. We'll see how it goes. But let's make these 2 changes and hopefully hold on to the 3 points here. I'll never forget watching David Silva playing Oxford. Pep felt the pressure. Oh, they brought the keeper up here. David Silva, what a player he was. He's one of those players who it just pains me that, you know, I hate admitting that I would love to have a rival player, but David Silva's. Oh, it's for Hashi. He's going to run it. Let's literally run it into the net. Oh, what a way to seal the 3 points. Kyogo Furuhashi. There we go. 3-1, 3 points. Get in. Sancho's had 2 seasons now, losing patience with him. Yeah, as I said, make or break. Make or break. I think that he had, you know, there was good moments last season as well. You know, I do think towards the end he had a couple of good performances. But again, look, lads, I really don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the summer. That's all I can really say right now. Looked like he ran into the post and didn't score. Yeah, he fucking it barely went over the line, didn't it? Sorry, no, my chat is after disappearing. There we go. There, it's back. Anyways, right. So let's have a look at some of these youth academy players. So Flynn here, up to 63. Nice. Malangu. Okay, maybe not so much. Jonathan Thomas up to 58. Fontan up to 57. Daniel up to 60. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Some decent looking players there, but hopefully they can keep growing. But anyways, it's a big one up next. We were just talking about them. Liverpool currently 5th in the league. They've dropped off a bit. They have lost the game as well. United currently 2nd. It's the one team we did lose to. Chelsea in 3rd. But still, Liverpool and FIFA can be an absolute horrendous team to play against. So let's see what happens here. Jerry Flynn. Was that actually his name? Oh my God, that's kind of cool if it was. I didn't even notice that. Sorry, no, I'm just doing something here in the background. Just bear with me a second. And there we go. Lovely stuff. Right, I'm back. There we go. Right. Liverpool travel to Cloyne. A sentence that I never ever thought I would say. But here we go. I'm hoping it is now, as I was making a WCW reference. Yeah, no, that's I stand by what I said about the Oxford career mode. I will be creating a player named Jeff Jarrett, and we will be putting him into that team. And he will be American. Oh, good save. As well. So, Allison in goal. Trent, Militao, Upamecano, and Acuna at left back. Darder, Brandt, Wirtz in the midfield. Jota, Salah, Gakpo. On the bench, they have Kelleher, Corkman, Alexander Ba, Thiago, Darwin Núñez, Bradley, Carvalho, and Glatzel, who must be a young player. Interesting. Jota has been such a thorn in my side every time I've come up against him in FIFA. And he's one of those players who, as good as he is, oh God. Oh my God. Is that Jota? Is that Jota who just scored that? I think it was. Yeah, it is. Just as I was fucking talking about him, he goes and fucking scores that. Can you believe it? Well, Calabria, what are you doing there? That is terrible. Oh, I can't believe that. Fuck's sake. I was just going to say he's one of those players that I don't want to sign because he annoys me that much. Like, I know he's a great player and he would be probably a very valuable asset in the team. But I just don't really want him. Because he's the enemy, you know? But we are 1-0 down here against Liverpool. And here we go now. Liverpool are just such a fucking awkward team to play against. And they have been for a while in FIFA. Like, anytime I beat Liverpool, I know I've had to work for that win. You know, like, it's just some games are quite straightforward. I feel like I never have those games against Liverpool. Or rarely have them, I should say. Here's Turl now. Oh, well done. Turl's done really well. Into JJ. Brilliant equaliser. Weren't behind for long. Let's just get that ball back. 1-1. Game on. Brilliant run by Turl in the midfield. Let's be having it. The pitch looks weird. It looked weirder in the last few episodes. That's something I've only just changed. I love the black lining around the pitch. It just looks different, you know. Oh God. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, good tackle. And the pattern on the pitch, it was just a clear pattern for a long time, but I don't know, it started like, I don't know, it sounds weird. My eyes started getting irritated looking at it. So we changed it to this. I actually quite like it. Every home game for Oxford, my world starts playing. If we could get like custom theme songs in the career mode, that would be epic. Like if Jeff Jarrett could like have his theme song every time, his theme song play every time he scores, that would be a thing of beauty. Oh, that's beautiful football. Marino. Oh, couldn't get the power behind the shot. I am still a little bit disappointed that we couldn't have gotten Foden or Odegaard. Like, Foden is probably my preferred choice just because I haven't actually used him as much as I've used Odegaard. And we just won't have the money to get him in January. And there's nobody, as I said, there's nobody I really want to sell. And even if there was, like, the only players who I would consider selling would not be able to raise enough funds to bring in one of those players. Now, there is a glitch in FIFA that you can use to sign players for like fuck all money. I did actually give it a go with Phil Foden to see would it work, but it was one of the rare occasions where it didn't work. So I could try it again, but it would just kind of feel a bit wrong. But we'll see. We'll see. Ten minutes to go now before half time. JJ with a great ball into Dylan Turl. Oh, okay, he's done well to make something of a Turl. Paulinho. Oh, Allison with the save. Hello, fellow streamer. Want to know how to watch games in career mode? I don't know what you mean by that. All right, Cullen. Gonna whip in this ball. Oh, Porrig! Won the header. What a chance that was. What a chance that was to go in front. Just beat the post. Five minutes left, still 1-1. Liverpool on the attack now. Salah. Oh, and Liverpool fucking take the lead. Ah! Do you want to know how to watch games in career mode? I prefer playing them, to be honest. Don't really need to watch them. It's Jota again, the bastard. Oh, okay. Can we get the equaliser? Can we get the equaliser? No, we can't. As we approach half-time here, interactive sim is how I watch games in career mode. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously we did an interactive sim today, but it's rare that I do them. But that's half-time, 2-1 down. Diogo Jota, thorn in my side. But still 45 minutes to go. I watch them like real-life games. Nah, that wouldn't be for me. I appreciate the comments, and you're obviously more than welcome on the channel. But nah, that wouldn't really be for me. Oh, that's a good ball. I think. Oh, JJ. Oh, good block. I think I get what you mean now. I think you mean kind of like Football Manager, like you just watch the games play out. Like, listen, I understand why people might find that interesting, but I don't think that would be for me. I like to be in control of the games, to be honest. But I appreciate the comments. Turby in here. Oh, I tell you what, that was a heavy back pass there. And Alisson. Would you take any other player suggestions when I see your team? Look, I'm not like trying to completely diminish what you're saying, and I do appreciate you jumping into the stream. But I think I'm okay for player suggestions. Like I'm happy with the team we have. With the timeline of how I think this career mode is going, I kind of know where I need to improve, and I know what signings I want to look at. So I'm not saying you can't suggest any players, but I'm not going to be going too far away from what I have planned, to be quite honest. But I might have to make a change or two in a moment, because we are still 2-1 down here. We've only lost one game so far in the league this season. That was at home as well, to Manchester United. And Liverpool currently half an hour away from doing the same. Gaia now on the run. Is JJ. Cuts it back. Oh, unlucky. I'm on season 3 at the moment. Season 3. Nearly halfway through it. Oh, good ball. But we do well to intercept it. Anthony now on this left-hand side. Oh, well done, Anthony. Well done. Well done. Poor shot. Why would you go straight at the keeper? I was trying to aim that into the bottom corner, and he goes straight at the fucking keeper. Unbelievable. Oh, Cullen does well to intercept that. Oh, JJ, unlucky. Right, let's make some changes. I'm going to put Alex in the middle. Moreno, however you want to say it. He can come off for Johnson. Anthony, I feel like, hasn't done that well. I'm going to put Furuhashi on the left. And let's just stick with that. Oh, it's a penalty. What the fuck? It's a penalty. I did not realise it was a penalty. What the fuck happened there? Oh, we missed the... Oh my god, I didn't even realise it was a penalty. I thought it was a corner. Oh my god, we missed the penalty. We can't score from the corner either. Oh my god. Oh, that is cruel. That is cruel. I did not realise that was a penalty. Oh my god. Ibanez, no. I've got a bad feeling now about this game, lads. It's just not going to plan. We're in again here, though. It's Furuhashi. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, unlucky. Felt the game jumped. Yeah, it was a strange one. That was a really strange one. And the penalty meter thing, it was going as quick as Usain Bolt. But for once, EA was nice before the AIDS of missing. Exactly. Oh my god, I feel like I can't even be disappointed about missing the penalty. I didn't even realise it was a penalty. Oh, that's so irritating. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. You have to be taking the piss. You have to be taking the piss. Sometimes you just accept defeat. That's how I feel right now with this game. Liverpool have just... all the luck has been on their side today. The one bit of bad luck they had was when they gave away the penalty and we didn't even capitalise on it. 6 minutes to go. It's JJ, tight angle, gets the equaliser, and it is 2-2. My God, I tell you what, lads, from having to read out all these comments from people who I'm not used to, who, of course, everyone's more than welcome. It's actually kind of taken me off guard. But it is 2-2. Keeper is on drugs. Alisson's been unbelievable. As my phone gets rid of the chat again. There we go. We're back. We are back. I was not going to be stopped. Beautiful finish. So it was, JJ. Absolutely beautiful finish. 20 goals already for the season. I don't feel bad, but sometimes, you feel a little bit bad for when people say, would I be able to suggest some signings? It's not that I don't want people to suggest signings. It's just, when people haven't watched the career mode from where it started and they don't hear the plans that I have. Oh, we're in here. That's offside. He's onside! Oh, he's onside! Oh my God, he's onside! JJ has done a Robin Van Persie on us. Oh! I am speechless. The scenes indeed. Stopping Jota and getting hat-trick first like Berbatov back in 2010. Jota from getting the winner here. Oh my days. What's happening indeed? My stream is jumping all over the place at the moment, which is quite frustrating. Oh no. No. What a save. Right. I think we need a bit of height here. Right. Ibanez. I'm going to take off. Never a dull moment. How could I forget? How could I forget? I'm also going to bring on Chavez for Cullen. Do we have one more change that we can make? I think we do. Yes, we do. Let's bring on Kent for Gaia. Oh, God, they've brought Alisson up. Get rid of it. Come on, that should be that. Keeper's off his line, but I'll happily take the win. Get in there. A 3-2 win. JJ with the hat-trick in the most insane circumstances. That was absolutely incredible. 9 attempts. He missed the penalty and everything. Similar to what Van Persie did against Southampton back in the 12-13 season. What a moment. Oh, this fucking stream is starting to fuck me off, though. Because it keeps freezing on my end, which is very annoying. There we go. Right, it's back. Sorry about that. Let me just get the chat back up. There we go. Give me a second. Just having some technical issues on my end, guys. Just bear with me a moment. Oops. And there we go. Right. 3-2 win here against Liverpool. What a game. JJ with the hat-trick. From the random pen game was... I couldn't believe it. I remember the ball went out of play and I thought, okay, let me make the changes now because we're getting a corner. And next thing, I made the changes. The game came back into action. All of a sudden, JJ was standing up to take the penalty. It was crazy. Right. Let me just have a look at the rest of the calendar. So we've got Everton away next. Then we got this Dead Rubber Champions League game, which we can sim. West Ham. God, we still have a lot of games to get through. So I'm just trying to be... I think what I'm going to sim the next 3 games. Let me just have a quick look at where West Ham are in the league. Sorry, not Squad Hub. That's not what I meant to go into. Let's go into standings. And West Ham are 10th. Okay. So let's sim these games here. What can we do against Everton? We'll go with our strongest team. 3-1 win. JJ, Anthony, and Alex Cullen with the goals. Lovely stuff. Now we've got the Champions League game, which I can completely just rotate around with. And the result doesn't really matter. So let's put Perrin in goal. Hobbs, Ahmed Hosvich, Kent, Mikalenko, Bear, Traore, sorry, not Traore, Johnson, Schuler, Bear, sorry, Chavez, Mbuemo, Furuhashi, and let's even make some changes here on the bench. So Jovanovic can go there. Let's go with Traore instead of Cullen. Nicholas Mass, he can go on the bench. Anyone else? Shabab Alala, fuck it, why not? Porra can get a rest. And let's see, can we get another win in the Champions League group stage and seal our fate? It's a draw, but listen, unbeaten in the group. Who cares? We get the result. We've topped the group. And now we can have a look at the next round of games as Kylian Mbappe wins the Ballon d'Or. Let's have a look at how all the Champions League group stage groups ended. So we obviously topped our group with Lyon coming second. So Real Madrid did end up topping the group. Brugge coming second, though. Fair play to them. Inter dropped down to the Europa League. Sociedad, as we said, mentioned earlier, did top their group. Juventus coming second, just above Ajax. Chelsea and Leipzig going through in Group C. Fiorentina coming third. PSG and Sevilla finishing above Napoli and Salzburg there. Marseille and Tottenham from Group E. Then it is Bayern Munich and Barcelona finishing second and first respectively. Slavia Prague finishing above Benfica. Fair play to them. Bayer Leverkusen finished above Man City. Wow, so our potential opponents are Bayern Munich, Sevilla, Leipzig, Juventus, and Brugge. Because obviously we can't play Spurs because they're in the Premier League like us. We can't play Lyon because they were in our group. And we also can't play Man City because, again, they are from the same league. But we will see in due time who we get in the next round of the Champions League. 3 points above Celtic City. Yeah, Celtic, in fairness, did quite well there, which is nice to see. But we had this game against West Ham. Excuse me, as I nearly lose my voice. And we get the win again. JJ missing another penalty, unfortunately. But Alex, with 2 goals, gives us a 2-1 win here against West Ham. And we are flying into it. Chelsea and Arsenal up next. My God, lads, this stream. I tell you what, it's gotten the best out of me. We've had to get through a lot of games. I only have myself to blame for what happened the last few days. But we have an away game here at Stamford Bridge. Then we play Arsenal at home. And then I think what I might do is... I'll play these games against Chelsea and Arsenal. What time is it, by the way? 25 past fucking 11. That's mad. We'll play Chelsea and Arsenal. I think we'll sim Leicester and West Brom and then leave things with the Fulham game. Typical English folk missing penalties. Oh, God. Oh, Chelsea are second in the league as well at the moment, so this is a big game. But yeah, England and penalties have had a bit of a love-hate relationship, to say the very least, haven't they? Well, look, at least you get to stages where you can take penalties, unlike we can, unfortunately. in recent times. Just plugging in my phone here. Oops, didn't mean that. Discard. Lovely stuff. There we go. Right, so Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. There are a couple of tired players. So I think Anthony I'm going to give a rest. I do want to start Alex, who's in very good form. Brennan Johnson can come in as well. JJ's a little bit tired, but he'll be fine. And everyone else seems fine. Perfect. We'll go on the Ireland kit. We haven't worn that in this episode yet. So let's see what happens against Chelsea as this stream gets to its closing stages. But I'm glad we've flown through it today, because when I was thinking about getting through 2 months, I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do it. But here we are, top of the table clash against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. My God, my head's been all over the place here. I think this is the most people we've ever had tune into a stream, and it was just, I'm not used to it. I'm just not. And the only annoying thing is, though, right, and I feel like I can say this now because it's just me and JJ, and this is no offense to anyone, but it's very frustrating, I think, when people kind of come into a stream and they instantly start like kind of going, oh, hey, I can show you how to do this, or these are players you need to bring in. And whilst I love suggestions from people, and I don't mind when people want to, like, give a bit of feedback or whatever, like I know that I see these people jump into every other stream from someone who doesn't have millions or thousands of viewers, and it's like, come on, like, dude, get a hobby, like, you know what I mean. Like, I like to play FIFA a certain way, you know what I mean? Like, this is just a hobby for me. Like, this isn't a job. This isn't anything that, that was a poor pass. This isn't anything that I want to, make, I want to make money out of or anything. It's just, it's just a hobby. It happened a few times. I remember when I was streaming on Twitch before, there was one guy who just would not fucking, would not stop trying to get me to do things I just did not want to do in career mode. And it just gets a bit frustrating. I know people don't mean to, be negative, but, at the end of the day, I like to play FIFA a certain way, and mightn't be for everybody, but that's the risk you take. There's 15 minutes in here. We've had a lot of the ball, but no chances as of yet. But JJ on the turn couldn't get the shot off. Yeah, I remember last season's game at Stamford Bridge. It was probably one of the most boring games I've ever played in FIFA in my life. And I remember JJ got 2 late goals, which saved it from being probably the most forgettable. It was memorable because of how forgettable it was. Oh, Gaia went down there. Thought he was going to have to come off for a second. That was worrying. Good ball there to Alex, who's had a very good goal-scoring episode. Alex Cloyne. Oh, good save. Oh, and a good block to follow up with as well. Corner kick. Oh, shit. My chat has gone again. There we go. A rare occasion of a boring Cloyne game, literally. Oh, but I tell you what, we won't have to wait for a late goal today, because Pádraig Ring, the fat gorilla himself, with a beautiful header, and it's 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. Oh, that was fantastic. Alex with a ball of dreams. Pádraig broke away from his man. Lovely header. Chelsea 0, Cloyne United 1. And we take the lead at Stamford Bridge. Get in there. First league goal of the season for Pádraig. What a time to get it. And we have the lead in this top of the table clash. But yeah, it was we always say never a dull moment. As we say, there's always an exception to the rule, and that game was very, very nearly the exception. But this has definitely been a better game so far. We have a goal a lot earlier than we did than the last one. Free header can't stop the gorilla. Speaking of gorillas, Me and Alex met up last night for a bit. We were watching videos of silverbacks. They're just such fascinating animals. Like, that is not an animal that I would want to piss off. Oh, Alex is offside. But yeah, we were watching loads of videos about, like, you know, about grizzly bears and gorillas. And then we came on to, like, you know, big cat videos about big cats. I honestly cannot express to you enough how fucking terrified I am of tigers in particular, but any type of big cat. Like, I think they're fascinating and amazing animals. But Jesus Christ. I just, the thought of coming near, even talking about it's giving me a chill. Oh God, I thought we were about to get a gift of a goal there. Koulibaly got away with one in the end. Johnson, why not have a go? Oof, good save from Robert Sanchez, who they've signed from Brighton. He was our backup goalkeeper in the last season of Charlie United. Cullen with another ball in, headed away. Brennan Johnson. Here's Dylan Tarl. Calabria. Now Gaia. Alex Cullen. Oh, good ball. JJ couldn't quite reach it. I love tigers, but yes, I like watching the stream, so I won't go near one. Alex was telling me this story that in Dublin Zoo, which is the biggest zoo in Ireland, apparently you can, like, climb up a ladder, which brings you into, like, this dome, which is pretty much within the tiger enclosure. And all that separates you and the tigers is this, like, this glass, but you're, like, within their enclosure. And I told him that I would not... There is not a place I would like to go to any less than that. That is my worst nightmare brought to life. 1-0 up at halftime as well, by the way, as you can see. But yeah, it's just... And I found out as well, so when a tiger roars, it's because he wants you... He's essentially telling you to F off. It's to get fear out of the... Oh, what a finish by JJ! Well, he's got the eye of the tiger. I'll finish that sentence there in a bit. But JJ, who got a brace here last season, gets the second goal here in Season 3 at Stamford Bridge. Brilliant run by Calabria. And a beautiful finish by JJ. Gets in there, 2-0. But yeah, lions use their roar more to communicate with each other, like, for the most part. Tigers, it's purely for the fear factor. But yeah, tigers are not an animal I would ever like to come across one day. Badass motherfuckers, so they are. Anyways, here's JJ dropping back a little bit. Good ball out to Gaia too. So we do have another big game after this against Arsenal, which will be the final game that we'll play in the stream. We will obviously check as well who we have in the FA Cup and Champions League. And maybe the League Cup as well, because obviously we have the quarter-final against Leicester, which might do an interactive sim for that game. And then the West Brom game will just sim normally. It's JJ. Ooh, it's a good save. Ricocheted off the defender, but only off for a corner. Turl floats one in. Lucky. Unless you're Scott Steiner, who walked out with a tiger, because he's way scarier than a tiger. Yeah, that's mental. But Scott Steiner in WCW walked out with a fucking tiger. And looked so calm whilst doing so, might I add. Oh, Schick. There's a good run here. Out to Sterling. Brennan Johnson. Oh, it's a good ball for JJ. Lovely ball. JJ, can he float it over the keeper? Very nearly did. Come on, keep... Oh, shit. I wouldn't have kept it in if I'd known that was going to happen. 25 minutes to go here. I think if we get a third goal, I'll make changes and I'll just jump to result. because Chelsea haven't been at their best today, and I feel like a third goal is what would seal it. 2-0, anything can happen, especially if they're able to pull one back with this attack here. Oh, I tell you what. If that shot had been any bit more powerful, then we could have been in trouble. Colin, now pulling, yeah. JJ, come on, let's get the third. There we go, 3-0. That's that. Let's make the changes. Alex can come off. We'll bring on Anthony. Furuhashi for JJ. Chavez can come on for Marino. Why is that not working? No, not Bear. Let's bring on Chavez. Let's bring on Kent for Porrig. And I think we can make another change as well, can't we? Let's bring on Bear, actually. Fuck it, why not? Why not? Make all 5 changes. Let me just make sure they're all on. There we go. Jump to result. Chelsea do pull one back, but whatever. 3-1 win. And we can move on into this Arsenal game now. Boy, am I tired. I really am. The fatigue is really starting to kick in now. But we've got a game here against Arsenal, which will be the final game we'll play today. Yeah, let's go with the strongest 11. Let's just make sure the bench is okay too. Yes, it is. Kent is a little bit content. So you know what? Let's give Kent a game. Porrig at left back, Kent at centre back. And I'm going to give Chavez a game as well. Because why not? Let's get into it. Final game that we'll play today. Oh my god, never ever delaying a stream ever again. Because the amount of games we've had to make up today. But I tell you what though, I definitely will try to sim a few more games. I'll definitely try doing that because it definitely does help speed up the series a bit. It's just, you know, I always like to play the games, you know? Even like when I do career modes away from YouTube, I always like playing the games. Like the only games I'm kind of willing to sim are like dead rubber games. Like, you know, the last group game of a Champions League, in the Champions League when you've already won the group, you know? Games like that, like those are the ones I like to sim. Or let's say you're playing a 2-legged tie and you won the first leg 4 or 5-0. Like, you know, I have no problem simming the second leg then. But maybe we do need to start simming a few more. Oh, God. Games, but we are 1-0 down against Arsenal, and it's Thomas Partey, who I could say a lot of things about, but I'm not going to. But it's 1-0. And this is where the fatigue... Oh, Lindelof is playing for Arsenal. I don't like to see that. You traitor, Victor. Unbelievable. We are 1-0 down. 7 points clear at the top of the league. Oh, lovely by JJ. That's beautiful. Oh, Turl. Or Chavez, I think, was there. Oh, my God. I'm going to yawn. Oh, it's a good effort. Oh, it's a brilliant goal. That is a brilliant goal by Saka. I think it's Saka. It is Saka. 2-0 down after 12 minutes. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered. Jesus with the ball. How is that going in? That's a beautiful finish. Look how far out he is. Mamardashvili couldn't get anywhere near it. In off the post. As the FIFA games have become more bad, I spend more time in transfer windows and I sim 95% of the season and play a handful of games. I love to do a good rebuild, like where I just, you know, I only play like cup finals and stuff. But when I like to do like a traditional career mode, I like to play the majority of the games. Oh, God. Yeah, this is where the fatigue is really starting to hit me now. Arsenal have been all over me today. I know we made a couple of changes, but I still don't think we should be doing this bad. Oh, poor ball again. Is Zinchenko. Terrible ball. Zinchenko is another former Charlie United player as well, actually, isn't he? We had him as a backup left back. Oh, Porrig, Jesus. Yeah, this has not been it's not been our game so far. Jesus completely making a fool out of Ibanez there. It's Saka, it's Jesus. Kent with the good block. Oh, fucking Anthony gives it away then. Oh my god, this is not going well, lads. That should have been 3-0. That probably should have been 3-0 after just 25 minutes. Chavez. Oh my god. That's so frustrating. Anthony now. He's got JJ in the middle. Couldn't find him. Is JJ onside? Is JJ onside? I think he is. Yes, he is. Okay. We pull one back. 2-1. JJ with the finish. I think it's safe to say the settings have definitely worked. We've had more competitive games, but it's definitely not been as painful as it was before. So for now, I think we keep the settings the way they are. It's a good finish as well by JJ. And you know what? Before we finish the rest of this game, I am going to run for a quick toilet break. So I'll be back there in just a sec. And we're back. I'm like Roman Reigns with the shoulder just coming up before the 3 count, just keeping onside. That's a really good example. You've got similar features to Roman Reigns in this: the long hair, the beard, quite tall as well. So you definitely share a lot of traits. 25 and 18. That is an incredible stat. Oh, I could really do with a can of Monster right now, so I could. Arsenal straight back on the attack. Oh, fuck off. Jesus. Amardishvili with another save. Right. I wanted to get the 1 goal back. Can we make sure we get the equaliser before half time? Oh, JJ's ball across. Just couldn't find Chavez, who was coming in. Porrig. Oh, he's done really well to get that ball there. Is Anthony. Chavez just couldn't win the header. Headed away again. And Arsenal can get rid of it, but we get it back yet again. Alex manages to stay onside as well. Is Turl. Polinya, have a go. Is that a corner? No, it's a goal fucking kick. Ah, right. 5 minutes before half time, still 2-1 down. Not going to panic just yet, though. I think it was important that we got the 1 back, especially after conceding the 2nd goal. But Arsenal have definitely been the better team here. I tell you what, Kent at centre-back has not been doing very well. So I think I might put Porrig back there and bring on Gaia at half-time. Oh my god, come on lads. I think we can't excuse performances like this. This has been very poor. Will we get one last attack, or will the ref blow the whistle? Of course he'll blow the whistle. And it is 2-1 to Arsenal at half-time. So all to do now in this second half. But I am going to make that change. Kent's just not really been at it today. And I'm going to bring on Jose Gaia. You know what? Brennan Johnson's going to come on for Chavez. Alex can go in the midfield. So let's see if these two changes can help us get back into this game. Anthony's done really well to hold off the tackle there. Oh, but he gives away the pass again. Needs to get better at doing that. Getting past that last man. Here's Saka, who did score a beauty, to be fair, in that first half. Gaia gets the better of him, though. Here's Calabria. Ibanez. Back to Calabria. Now Porrig. Gaia. Anthony. Oh, he's done well. It's Cloyne. Ah. Well, on the bright side, at least we haven't had to restart the stream at all tonight, so that's always a positive. If you know, you know. Arsenal get another chance out for a corner. Zinchenko's coming off for Nuno from Barcelona. Xhaka, Partey, Xhaka. Oh, Arsenal could be in here, but thankfully they're not. Right, can we get a break on here? Here's Brennan Johnson. Anthony's looking to run through the middle. That's brilliant by Brennan Johnson. Anthony cuts it back. Oh, the cutbacks in FIFA this year just never have any end result. It is so frustrating. And Arsenal looking to break again here. Is Saka on the right-hand side. Switches the play over to Martinelli with a peach of a pass. Odegaard. Wrestles off Calabria. Xhaka. Jesus. 3-1. And I think that might be that for as far as this game is concerned. Here's Anthony. Loses the ball again. Oh, this has been a frustrating game, lads. This has been a frustrating game. And a disappointing way to end what's been, I think, a positive episode. I know we still have 2 games to sim, but still. That's a good ball by JJ. Can Brennan Johnson keep us in the game? Johnson! Yes, he can. Brilliant finish. Okay. The halftime substitute gets his goal. It's 3-2. Another change that I'm going to make is I'm going to take off Anthony and put on Furuhashi on the left-hand side. Could be a good time to make that change right now. But a lovely finish there by the Welshman, Brennan Johnson. He's expecting Ramsdale to save it for a second. But it is 3-2. Anthony not had his best game. He can come off for Furuhashi. And we do still have a chance of getting something from this game. Oh, Saka just skips past Porg like he's not there. Oh, it's Jesus. And for me, lads, that's where I'm going to jump to result. Johnson got another one to make it 4-3. But we do unfortunately get a loss to Arsenal there. That game, they just didn't want us to get anything from that game. That was just... It just wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't. Disappointing way to lose the last game that we'll play today. We do move on to the League Cup quarter-final, where, you know what, I'm going to play a relatively strong team, but I am going to make a couple of changes. Anthony, I don't think deserves to play after how poor he was last time, so we'll do that. I'm also going to play Mikalenko instead of Gaia. I will bring in Bear for Paulinho. And I think I'm going to leave the rest of the team the way it is. I was going to do an interactive sim. Let's just do a quick sim. Are we through to the semi-finals? Yes, we are. The goals from Turl, Anthony and Moreno. Lovely stuff. We will have a League Cup semi-final to play. We're looking to go back-to-back in that tournament, of course. Of the games in the quarter-final, United beat Newcastle 4-3 on penalties after a 2-2 draw. Fulham beat Brentford 4-3 on penalties as well after a 2-2 draw. City beat Chelsea 1-0. And we, of course, beat Leicester 3-0. One last game to go. Oh, youth player unsettled. Malangu. To be honest, he doesn't really look that great. I'm just going to release him. It's a bit cruel, but whatever. Probably got City next. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Man City that we have next. West Brom up next. They're bottom of the league. Or were they 19th, sorry. Sorry, 19th. They're second bottom in the league, I should say. I'm going to go with the strongest team. Can we get a win at the Hawthorns? Yes, we do. Anthony with the brace. Lovely stuff. I do love the Hawthorns. It's a shame we're not able to play again there because I actually really do like that stadium. And let's move on into the transfer window. Lovely, lovely stuff. I think it's actually Fulham, from what I saw there, that we got in the next round of the League Cup. But let's have a look at that. So if we go into the calendar, it is indeed Fulham that we have in the semi-finals of the League Cup. We also have them at the first game here in the Premier League of the new year. So it's a Manchester derby in the other semi-final. And then we play Fulham in the other, in our semi-final, I should say. So that should be interesting. We've also drawn Southampton in the FA Cup at home as well. So that's pretty good. And in the Champions League, we will be playing RB Leipzig, a team who we did knock out of the Conference League last season in the quarterfinals. We now have a rematch against them in the round of 16 of the Champions League. That is very exciting. Real Sociedad drew Bayern Munich. So I hope we beat Leipzig and I hope Sociedad beat Bayern. And then let's hope we get the fuckers in the quarterfinals. City and Real Madrid, big game there. Lyon and Barcelona. We've Tottenham, PSG, Brugge and Marseille, Juventus, Bayer Leverkusen, and Sevilla and Chelsea. Out of curiosity, the preliminary round of the Europa League. So we have Kiev and Celtic, Arsenal, Fiorentina, Galatasaray, Ajax, Copenhagen, Napoli, Monaco, Braga, Stade Rennais and Inter, Hoffenheim and Slavia Prague, Besiktas and Frankfurt. And the Conference League, which United I think are actually in this season. At least we topped our group. God, look at that. Basel and Rapid, Ferencvaros, however you say that, against Porto, Genk and Apoel, Sturm Graz versus Royal Antwerp, Molde versus Athens, Atlantispor against Bodo Glimt, Pogan against Fenerbahce, and Anderlecht against Dynamo Zagreb even. Easy for me to say. Interesting stuff. Right, lads, that was a hell of an episode. Let's have a look at the squad statistics as we go in here. So appearance-wise, it is Calabria who's played the most, 28 appearances. A few people on 27, and then it kind of gets spread out. Top scorers, JJ, 39 goals already this season, 27 appearances, absolutely unbelievable. 10 and 5 in the Champions League, 25 and 19 in the league, 2 and 2 in the League Cup, and 2 and 1 in the Community Shield. Assist-wise, Dylan Turl with the most, only the 5 goals at this stage of the season, so he has dropped off a bit goal-scoring-wise, but still setting them up like there's no tomorrow. 10 league assists, which is great to see. Alex obviously doing really well too, so we're very, very happy with that. And I think that's kind of everything. In terms of the transfer window, lads, don't really have a lot of plans for the winter transfer window. It will have to be in the summer because, as you can see here, just 11 million to spend. And I'm happy with the team. You know what I mean? Like, I think we will eventually need a bit of an upgrade at centre-back. I mean, Paulinho, I like him, but I'm not totally against getting another CDM. This is something I've kind of been thinking about a lot at the moment. He's good. I do like him, but sometimes I feel like he can be a bit hit and miss. It's just something to think about. I haven't made any full-on decision for it yet, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, in the next episode, we have a lot of big games to play in the January transfer window. We've got this league game against Fulham and then away to Bournemouth. We've got 2 big cup games against Fulham in the League Cup semi-final. FA Cup game against Southampton, which is exciting. West Ham and Everton as well. And then we will move on into February. So, JJ, thank you very much. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you to anyone else who tuned in as well today for this extra long stream. Thankfully, we've gotten through these 2 months and we're up to date now where I want to be in January. And very much looking forward to tomorrow's stream. Until then, take care. Talk to you all.